What's up guys, the Strongboys19 here. It's been a long time since I haven't reviewed another album in Megadeth's discography, so yeah, I particularly need to catch up. So far so good, so what? It came out in 1988 and it is the follow-up to one of the best thrash albums in history, Peace Sells But Who's Buying, which came out in 1986, the year that Master of Puppets came out. And, you know, Rain in Blood from Slayer, etc., amongst other albums. So, yeah, now with this album, I'd say it is a pretty phenomenal album. I mean, it still really has the amount of, you know, the amount of oomph into the band's creativity. But, you know, with Peace Sells, they've really bring something much more special to their discography, and you know, this album particularly is pretty much like a different Megadeth album, and throughout the making of the album they brought in two new band members in the band, so lineup change, because the guitarist Chris Poland and drummer Gar Samuelson are both being kicked out of the band during the promotion of Peace Sells on tour, and also Chris had been pawning band equipment, you know, to pay for drugs, so he was a druggie at that point. So yeah, and Dave Mustaine has been looking for some new guys involving the rest of the band, and luckily they've got Chuck Baylor on drums and Jeff Young on guitar. So yeah, and this album isn't really that long. It's pretty much like 34.5 minutes. So the production on this album is not that bad. It's like the similar sound of it from their debut, Killing Is My Business, and you know, it's not that bad. I mean, Dave Mustaine and Paul Laney are the producers for the album. So, yeah, this album really still continues the similar style of creativity with some really cool, strong thrash riffs with just great music styles and creativity in general. I mean, you know, Jeff Young and Dave Mustaine have been working with the music, and there's quite a lot of tracks that I pretty much enjoyed, and it is the another Megadeth album to feature a cover, and this cover is Anarchy in the UK, originally done by the Sex Pistols. The cover to me was you know, not that bad. Obviously, thrash is much more quicker and faster than punk, but you know, I think Megadeth did a pretty good, decent job on the cover. So yeah, and also there is a quick instrumental. It's like 3.5 minutes, which is the song Into the Lungs of Hell, which in my opinion is like a really good startup for the album. And then it comes to some other brilliant songs on here. You know, you've got Set the World Afire and you know, Hook in Mouth, 502. You know, there's just you know, some other great songs on here, and the guitars really still sound kind of, you know, heavy, and I still pretty much like the sound of the production on Peace Sells just a little bit more than this, but you know, it's fair, to be honest. The guitars in the album are still really cool, with some quick, fast-paced, thrashy riffs, and you know, the drumming from Chuck is you know, not that bad. I mean, he is a pretty decent drummer, and the vocals from Dave Mustaine on this album are still going really unique, and I think his vocals have obviously really gone much more different in the later albums, since probably Countdown to Extinction or something like that. And when it came out, it received some good reception. Some are quite mixed, and the cover art is pretty unique, and it just has this this whole background of war and stuff like that, and the cool Megadeth logo in gold and some stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I know this review is pretty brief, but yeah, there's just nothing much I could say about the album, although it just continues the thrash metal genre, with aggression and catchy moments here, and just great stuff in general. So yeah, I just want to end this review off here, and I know it's pretty quick, but I just really don't give a damn. Yeah, I'm going to be reviewing Megadeth's masterpiece, Rust in Peace, and I'll see you guys to the next Megadeth album review. So yeah, I'm going to give this album, So Far So Good So What, by Megadeth, an 8 out of 10, and I suggest I could recommend this album. So yeah, keep it metal, guys.